getting shipped left, right, and center. You see what I'm saying? So you got these guys, and also at the same time, you got certain guys that are teaching that the mark of the beast is Christianity, or it's an embargo, or it's this, or it's that. So many philosophies, man. And then you got guys saying, well, they said years ago, you can do it in the butt. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna have false prophets, man. You're gonna have the righteous prophets, and you're gonna have the false prophets.
Yeah.
But the 2/3, what's gonna happen is, going back to my point, already it's already happening right now. What the Most High is doing is he's secluding gradually the righteous prophets.
Right.
And also letting the false prophets remain, so that the 2/3 can be led to that ditch, because they gotta be destroyed. The 2/3 gotta go. So in order for them to go, they gotta hearken onto these foolish prophets that are all about showing off and trying to exalt themselves, and just trying to gravitate more people that are into foolishness. Entertainers. I mean, not entertainers, right? Well, they are entertainers. Gravitate those that want to be entertained. Go on, bro.
So back in Ezekiel 33 and 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument.
Right, and that's how they look at us, man. Oh yeah, man, what he said, man. You know, I like what he said, and I like the way he looked, and I like the way he wears his garment. You know, what he said, what he said was fire. Yo, I gotta peep this guy. Let me subscribe to his channel, man. You know what I mean? Because what he's saying is the real. It's the real deal. You know, so you got these jakes, they get all uppity, and they get enthused. All of a sudden they get enthusiastic with this truth. Matter of fact, brother, hold what you got. Get me Matthew. Somebody get me Matthew 13, because it talks about it in Matthew 13.
Can I make a point that Brother Gabar put the video of that? Said, "What's wrong with you niggas?" The guy was the lewd, with the wine. Yeah, with the wine.
Oh yeah, right.
And he broke it down into ludity.
Right.
It's just basically being lewd. And through the spirit, the guy, you can see that the guy might not be all there, because there was a second video. And he said that he had a dream that he was.
But you know that was the truth. That has got to be true, because what he did was just, come on, man. That's niggardism.
Holding that poker
times 2,000. And he's strapped and he's got a glass of wine. Come on, dog. Like, really? That's foolishness to the 10th degree. But the scriptures does say that Israel is sottish. It says that. And also it says in Deuteronomy 20 and 28 that the Lord shall smite thee with malice. Exactly. Go on, bro. Yeah.
So Ezekiel 33 and
no, go get Matthew 13, brother.
13 and
you know where it says, for they receive seed by the wayside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is Matthew 13 and 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow.
And who's the sower? We're the representation of the sower. We're sowing the word, as we've been doing for years. Go on, brother.
Verse 4. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up.
Yep.
Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth.
Right.
And forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth.
Meaning they weren't grounded in it. So you had guys that came in dirt. It's going to break it down. I might as well just let you read it.
Verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, and some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold.
Right.
Who has, verse 9, who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Right, in other words, if you have the ears to let me reiterate what I'm saying. If you have ears to understand what this parable is saying. Go on, bro.
Verse 10, and the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Yeah, keep going.
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath.
Yeah, keep going.
That,
18.
18. So,
That's 18.
18, alright, cool. So verse 18, hear ye the parable of the sower. So Matthew 13 and 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
That is which he received. It's like that he which received seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Going what you was reading before in Amos. What is it? No, not Amos. In Ezekiel 34, 33. How they looked at this truth as an entertainment. All right, and when they heard the word, they got so enthusiastic. To the point where they actually became a part of it.
Yeah.
Because they liked what they loved what was said. They loved exactly what they heard concerning the prophecies and the blessings of Israel. So they came right along on the bandwagon. All right, but guess what? They've endured for a while. And then all of a sudden they fell right back into the world again.
The thing is, I don't. Not to say that they're right, but I can kind of almost understand, because when you've been lied to your whole life and you're at the bottom of society, of course, and you come across the truth and you find out who you are and what your true nationality is, you're gonna feel that way.
You're gonna jump for joy.
Exactly, you're gonna be excited, but it's not all roses, man.
Yeah, all roses when you find out that if you preach out there, you curse a faggot, he gonna come along and call the police and you get arrested. Yeah, when shit gets real. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start folding, man. Yeah. You start to see, oh shit, I don't.
Losing your job.
Yeah, you know exactly. When people start saying, oh, I swear I seen you out there teaching. It'll be like what Peter said. They're like, no, man, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Deny the Lord, man. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's a fateful thing to deny the Lord. The Lord said, listen, any of you that is ashamed of me and this word, when I come back, I'm going to be ashamed to confess you before my Father.
Right.
So that's a fatal thing to deny this truth.
Yeah.
You must not deny this word, man.
But
that will be written in the heavens what you did.
Yeah, and it won't, and you'll remember it too when you come back in the reincarnation.
Yeah, and you're gonna cry like Peter did.
Yep. Like in the book of Daniel 12, it says, some shall wake up to everlasting joy, and some to everlasting contempt. Because they're gonna have that in that mind, and they're gonna realize they're gonna see the royals of the royals. You know, the holies of the holies, let me put it that way. And they're gonna think to themselves, but damn, man, I could have been just like them. They're gonna be hurt, pricked to the heart, but we gonna tell these jakes, look, man, you didn't know. You was just playing out your lot, man. It's all right. You cool, and everything's cool, man. You know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta worry about that anymore. Because all of the things of the former world is gonna pass away. So Jake is gonna be all right. They're gonna have their heads down for a minute, but they're gonna be all right, man. You know, what it is, they had their lot to play, and that was what it was. Yeah, quick one, that, brother. Quick one, yeah. All right, go on.
All right. This is Matthew 20. Goes with what you're saying. Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon the house.
And the wind is blowing right now. And we still standing here. There it is. There ain't nobody walking around. It's cold and it's windy and it's raining at the same time, but we still standing here, right? And what we're doing right here in this weather is actually symbolic in itself. Because what we're saying is, look, regardless of what, we're willing to come out here.
That's right.
And do this work.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got guys out there, they're saying, well, man, these GMS guys, they're nothing but snow bunnies. Yeah, we'll go out there when it's snowing as well. And guess what? People, by the way, still buy and sell while it's snowing and it's raining and it's cold. So there's no excuses.
Yeah.
You know, and the scripture says that we are fools for Yahweh's sake.
Right.
So yeah, call us snow bunnies. Call us whatever you want to call us, because all you're conveying is that what we're doing is the right thing. Anyway, read on.
And it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand.
Yep.
And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it.
So the wind is referring to the judgment and the destruction that's going to come around that church. And when the destruction comes, they're gonna quick fast lose that faith that the thing that they believed in. Yeah, and that faith that they had is going to be proven, and it's going to be proven to be what is it? Reprobate silver, man. All right. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be proven that they didn't really believe. They weren't those precious stones. That's what I wanted to say. They weren't those precious stones that was tried in the fire and overcame. All right, the gold. They weren't weren't it's gonna be declared that they weren't the purified gold that was shot in the furnace in the fire. All right, they're gonna be likened unto the bundle of sticks that was kindled. All right, and that's what's gonna go down. So anyway, yeah. So read on. I can recap my train of thought. Get Matthew.
So Matthews 13 and 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it, it's like and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside.
Right. Meaning someone, here it is, you're edifying this person. He may come around here and he may shake his head and he's liking what he's hearing and he's actually getting it. And then all of a sudden, you know, his woman calls him on the phone. Oh, we got to pick up our son because our son, you know, he's in pain or he hurt himself. So then he has to pretty much lose attention from what he's hearing and to pay more attention to what's going on with his wife and his son. Just an example, you know, or any other situation. Go on, brother.
Verse 20. But he that receiveth the seed into the stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it.
Right, and anon with joy receiveth it, meaning he was happy to hear the truth. Go on.
Verse 21. Yet hath he not, Slacker, yet hath he not rooted in himself.
Yet have he not rooted himself. And there's a lot of guys that have came in this truth and enjoyed it. Enjoyed hearing it, enjoyed being around the brotherhood, but when it came to the bitter part of it, oh no. When the persecution and other things ariseth, he's offended. And the scripture says, blessed is he that is not offended in me. So when you're persecuted for the word of the Lord's sake, you're supposed to take glory in that, like the Apostle Paul did. The Apostle Paul gloried in himself and he was proud about going through the hell that he was going through. Because Paul knew that he was exactly doing the complete right thing. He sacrificed the little life that he had so that he can then gain favor in the eyes of the Most High. And that's what it's all about. It's all about gaining favor in the eyes of the Most High. So when we suffer and we're persecuted for the word of the Lord's sake, that's the best thing ever. That's the best thing that you could ever do on the earth. It's better than playing. It's better than being a football player.
That's right.
Being an actor, being an actress, or whatever. Right? If you willing to give up your life for this, man, you've just declared that you're on the top level. Go on, bro.
Because
you're above everybody, man.
that persecution, man, is that's what makes you realize now that you actually now, instead of just talking, because the worst that we ever get, man, is just somebody just talking shit, really, man. Somebody either say something shit, keep walking, or you might lose your job. It's not really a big deal. Now you can get another job. But that real persecution, man, that's what's gonna shake up a lot of brothers' faith, because the one that's coming now, man, that's the one when, for example, man, scripture speak about your head going on a guillotine. You know, knowing you're not gonna eat if you don't take that chip. You know, when that comes, man, when you actually start living it, man, that's because it's no longer just words. Because every brother, man, can pull out the scriptures, man. You know, you can pull out the scriptures. Oh, persecution is coming, and don't take the chip, and you know. But you don't really know what it's really like, man, to be in those shoes at that time, man. You know. You know. But when that time comes, scripture says about when persecution arises, by and by they are offended, man. Because when that time comes now, man, now you're gonna be like, oh shit, now, man, we are gonna be put on the spot. You know. And our hope is like you have the faith that is gonna be required, man, for you to stand. To remember all those things that we've been building ourselves towards.
That's when the Lord puts the fire to purifies your faith. Because at that time your faith will be tried. And if you crumble, if you fold up, you're standing before the governors, the rulers and principalities of this world, and you stand before them to give your testimony and you fold up. Yeah, that shows you that your faith was a shit. It was all the act. But if you stand firm and profess that faith, or whatever the spirit the Lord puts on you at that time, that shows you that the scripture says, then at that time, then it shall be known you are my chosen.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is, when you read these scriptures, you have to actually see it and put yourself in that situation, and then come to realize, oh, this is not no joke, you know. Because at the end of the day, man, like I said, it's gonna get down to the it's gonna get down to the nitty gritty, man. Eventually, like we've all been saying, it's gonna get down to the nitty gritty, and all of this game playing and trying to be Mr. Popular guy. That's all gonna be blotted out the window. You're not gonna worry about being popular when the shit hits the fan. Excuse my language. All right. It's gonna get down to the bottom of do you believe in what you're reading?
Right.
Do you believe in these words?
Do you really believe?
Are you gonna remember these words like it says in Isaiah? It says, "Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy time."
Right.
So when you're in that time of your despair, or whatever the Lord brings upon you, are you gonna really trust in these words? And if you are gonna trust in these words, then the Lord will do it you. But if not, you're gonna fold up, man. Anyway, brother, go on.
So leading on from what bro said, that's why it's important to pray, man. Okay, because I mean, brothers may pray before they come to the camp, but really, you know, you don't need to. In that sense, you don't take a heartfelt prayer to come out here. You can just come out here and be relatively safe that you know you might get home.
Yeah.
You know, but like when Yahweh Shai, I mean, he was preaching, but when it was about to get physical for him, what did he do? He prayed three times to his Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, he didn't want to do it, but at the end of the day, he said, "Let your will be done." And that's as the elders were saying, man. You know, when it comes to you being on the guillotines, you know, having to stand before the judges and stuff, you have to really contemplate that. Oh, I'm not just out here preaching and going home. No, that my following words could be my death.
That's right. Exactly.
You know,
It
but
says, their works. It says their works do follow them.
Yeah.
Tell you in Revelations, it says blessed are they that.
yeah,
You know, they say something like that, and their works do follow them. It's in Revelation,
Persecuted, man.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, you gotta believe that it's always gonna lead to something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not just out here just for showing sake.
Yeah.
It's all gonna lead to something better.
Yeah.
because that prayer is our connection to the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah.
Because another thing is, for example, is here. Let's say that when Esau brings that guillotine, lines people up, it's giving people options. Man. Take the chip or get your
head
head
sliced
chopped
off.
off. And then you're like, nah, I'm not gonna take it. And then you see an example, man. They grab one of the brothers up and they slice his head off, man. And then you see that with your own eyes, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then you know for a fact it's gonna happen to you, man. That can make you that can shake up your faith itself, man.
Yeah.
You see exactly what Esau is gonna do to other men, and then you are next, man. You might be like, I don't wanna be that guy. And then you end up folding now, man, and doing bending over to Esau's will.
Yeah, but since that you've said that, it just goes to show you again, everything that you know about the scriptures, right? You have to really take it. You have to take it seriously. Like for example, the scriptures talk about how man dies, right? Where the spirit goes upward, and the flesh disintegrates back to the earth, which it came. You have to believe, and it's really think about it, like the apostles have been talking about, which is true. To really be honest, there's no such thing as death. The only thing that dies is the body. The energy lives on. You can't destroy energy. Energy lives on. You're the energy source of the spirit. That's who you are. Yes. So when you die, all you're doing is leaving one room from another room.
It's whether you remember that at that time, man.
Yeah. But you gotta believe.
You might forget.
You might forget that time. But you're not gonna forget.
Right, because all you're thinking about is that pain.
Yeah.
You're thinking, I don't know.
Yeah, but regardless of the pain, that's why it says what it says. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. You have to take that seriously. Go on, bro.
Yeah, this is Psalms 23 on this topic. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Right.
And those green pastures and still waters is the representative of this truth.
Of the word. Yeah.
And it says, He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. And this is the point. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Which is the word.
Come.
And I don't mean to cut you, brother, right? But I just want to make a point, and that's why the scriptures is known as the comforter, or Yahweh Shai is known as the comforter. So you take this seriously, right? And you pray to the Lord to give you the faith and the ability to endure what you have to endure, because it tells you in Daniel's, it's going to be a day since it was a nation. Yeah. So none of us really know what is going to entail. The only thing that we can pray for, because we know this shit's going to hit the fan anyway. It's inevitable. So being that we know that, we have to really pray to the Lord to muster our faith as much as we can so that we can endure and overcome this beast.
Speaking of Daniel, Daniel was thrown in a lion's
Exactly.
den, angry lions.
Yep.
How many of you brothers have seen a lion in real life?
I've seen one. Yeah.
So them niggas are big.
Yeah.
Their
Shit,
mouth
yeah.
big.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're hungry, they're hot. So now imagine they're grabbing you up now. They're about to throw you in there, man. You know, at that moment now, your faith has to be strong. You know?
And their palms, their hands are huge.
If you see a buffalo, a wildebeest, those things are massive, very strong.
Yeah.
All of us cannot hold one together. So a lion can do that easily. That's how powerful and strong lions are. So now imagine you're about to be thrown in the lion's den. There, you see the lions, they're hungry, they're ready to eat your ass. Man. And then at that moment now, you have to maintain your faith towards the Lord, man. You know, we're all about to be thrown in the lion's den when the troops, martial law troops come into play. You know, summary execution where you know, man, for no reason, man, they just pop your head off.
Yeah.
But what they could do, they can enter into your house and just immediately just kill you, shoot you.
You know,
Like they did
your
this
wife and shit.
Yeah.
But
Like,
this is what
they don't cut you, brother. Like they did this. I was watching something, right? And they entered into this Muslim's house. I'm talking about some martial law. I think some troops went into the woman's house and just shot at her. That could occur. So this is serious, man. This ain't no joke.
Yeah.
This is serious business. Anyway, bro. Yeah. So
I was gonna say that's why it says in verse 4 in Psalms 23, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, because right now, I mean the main land of the valley of shadow of death is America, but we're under that vibration too. There's death all around us, man. You know, and as we were talking about, you know, the martial law coming, Esau really stepping it up a gear. That's going to be intensified a valley of the shadow of death. But what does it say? I will fear no evil, man.
Right.
Because right now, the Lord says He's going to raise up a standard. So we're in the spirit, but the Lord is even going to give us, like, put us into another gear. Because right now, we'll most likely fold, man. You know, the Lord is going to put that spirit on us, like Stephen. When he was being stoned, he weren't really, you know, worrying about the stones or feeling the pain. He looked up and saw Yahweh Shai on the right hand of the Father.
Right.
So when it says, I will fear no evil, when it comes to it, the elect are going to be like, chop my head off, then cool.
And you know what, too?
Bring it on.
And to really be honest with you, brothers, man, I pretty much had enough
right.
of this life anyway, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So if the opportunity was there, or whatever cup I have to drink, I have to just deal with it, man. That's the kind of spirit that I'm in right now. I don't really care. You know, I've seen it all, heard it all, man. Now it's time for me to do what I gotta do. But even though I feel confident, but still, I still pray that I get more confidence, because that might not be enough. Like when you read about Peter.
Yeah.
Peter denied the Lord 3 times.
Yeah.
And Peter, he's King David.
Yeah.
He's one of those top warriors coming back.
Yeah.
So this is why this is more of a faith thing. You got to build your faith. You got to walk more into the spirit going, bro.
The hope is that the Lord gives you that spirit at that time, man.
Yeah.
That's the hope, man.
Yeah.
It's easy to say when that time when that time comes, I won't take the chip. I won't do this.
Exactly.
It's easy to say that now, man. But we're gonna go through a process that a situation that we have never dealt with before, man. You know, seeing dead bodies everywhere you are around you. You know,
and the
smell,
stench too.
the smell. It's not about even the smell.
You know?
That smell,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
See, the smell alone will knock certain brothers, man.
Yeah.
Might hit you with something.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start seeing that going on.
So like just to finish up, like it's we've never gone through it, man. It's in this, we don't know been through in our past life, but in this lifetime, man, you probably see maybe 1 or 2 dead people when you've been to a funeral a couple of times in your life, man. That's all. You've never really you've never willingly unwillingly not ate for a day or 2, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
We've never really gone through that process before, man.
Yep.
And a hard time is coming at that time, and the hope is that the Lord keeps you in that time, man.
That's why.
And it's easy to speak about it and to pull out the scriptures, but going through it, man, actually living it now, man. You know?
Because we're gonna see multiple different bad things at the same time. We're gonna be seeing dead bodies. We're gonna be seeing people go berserk. You're gonna have and that's another thing too that we don't talk about, because you're gonna have diseases that are gonna be unleashed on the public.
Yeah, Isaiah 24.
So all kind of nonsense is gonna take place.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to have that spirit to do all of that, man.
And in World War II, World War I, World War II, people were having what's that thing, man?
Show.
PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Traumatized.
Post-traumatic
So there was not
Stress
enough
syndrome.
training that they could give you, man, for you to go and deal with the
Man.
things that you're experiencing, man. When
Yeah.
you're at war, man. You know. And
why
the people, so like when they're coming back, that shell shock was literally now he's gone there and he's seeing it for himself now, man. And now he just bugs out, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Because
So like-
they lied to the soldiers. They said, oh yeah, the valiant poems of man valiantly going to war and charge, you know, all of that. And when they actually went there, they saw bullets was killing, mowing them down and all of that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's very different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your buddy, your best friend in the army, you're running with him, and the next thing his head just blows off his head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You hear a
yeah.
big noise, and then you're like, hey. And he's just like,
No, he's gone.
Yeah. Stepping on a landmine, and then the next thing, click him. Blown in pieces.
All it all.
you see
It
certain
still
guys,
remains.
yeah, you see certain guys running after their leg.
Yeah.
Because their legs over, they're trying to find their leg and shit.
Yeah, the arm is still alive, but body parts are gone, man.
Trying to find his arm and shit.
Oh man, just imagine seeing some shit like that.
Yeah.
Man.
You know,
Going
so
through
somebody's
it is different
alive,
from living
but-
it, man. Yeah.
God.
Ultimately, that's why Yahushua, was it John 17? He prayed for us, man. Okay, because if it weren't for Yahushua, you know, putting a supplication to the Heavenly Father in those serious times to keep the elect, we'll be dead, man.
Yeah.
You know, he said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, man.
Right.
You know, because the elect are going to be taken through. Okay, read it in the scripture. It says, "I'll bring the third part through the fire."
Yeah.
So we know the elects are going to make it. That's how the scripture says, "Give diligence
To make
to
thy
make calling
calling."
and election sure."
But let me tell you something. The Lord's going to take care of you. As the brothers, he said. They said, the Lord, he will give you a mouth to speak. He will put the Spirit upon you in that time to be able to overcome that situation. So you brothers, like, you're thinking, oh yeah, well, the Lord already got you. If you're the elect, you're going to be good. The Spirit that, even though you're going to die, the Spirit that the Lord, the Spirit that you have at that time will be enough for you not to cower, okay, to that punishment. All right, you're gonna be good because the Lord said, "I will put a spirit upon you in that time that you should speak." You know, like when Peter punked out 3 times. That's because the reason why he punked out is because the Lord to fulfill prophecy. So the Lord put the spirit upon Peter to deny him. All right, put a lion spirit in
Right.
Peter to say, "No, I don't know him. I don't know him."
Right.
3 times to fulfill prophecy.
Right.
Not because he was a coward, because he was King David.
Right.
You get King David was no coward. All right, he didn't fear the enemy.
Yeah.
All right, but at that time it was Yahushua told Peter, "You are going to deny me," and that's what came to pass. Otherwise, Yahushua would have been made alive.
And see, and that's just the thing, and it is cool that the brother's going into that kind of spirit, because what you gotta understand, because see, right now, right, if you're thinking about how you gonna feel in that day and all of the negativity that you're gonna occur, then guess what? You already lost, because you've already put in your state of mind.
Right.
It's all the mental.
That's flesh. That's the carnal.
Yeah.
That's not spiritual. What does it say? That tomorrow will take care of the things of itself.
Right.
Don't think how the Lord takes care of the birds, takes care of the grass, make sure the grass receives its rain. The pigeons, they always live to see the next day, even
Exactly.
though they're scavenging all the time.
Exactly.
They always live to see the next day. So how much more you?
Right. And even
Ye of little faith.
Yep. And even if you're in a concentration camp, because you're gonna have brothers that are gonna be in camps. That's gonna happen as well. Plus, they got a concentration camp down there in England as well. Yeah. So you're gonna have that situation. I'll get to you in a minute, brother. So you're gonna have certain brothers that are gonna be in that situation, but it's not for you to think, oh man, I'm gonna be screwed. I don't know how I'm gonna be. Don't worry about all of that. All right. Just worry about what you're doing now, and do what you can do now, and let the future, let the Most High control the future. Let Him deal with that.
Right.
It's Revelation 3:10, and it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience,
There you go.
I also will keep thee
There you
from
go.
the hour of temptation,
Right.
which
So-
shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell
There you
upon
go.
the earth."
Beautiful,
Yeah,
and that's
see
what I
that?
was saying earlier before. That's what I was saying earlier before about wisdom. What is it? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy time, because that's what you want to do. You don't need to worry about, oh man, how am I going to be? Don't worry about all of that. Worry about believing. What you need to do, instead of worrying about that, what I suggest brothers do, and I take this upon myself. What we need to do is pray to Yahweh Shemel Shine as much as we can, so that we can get that faith. And I know that you said, brother, that the elect are going to be taken care of.
Right.
But it's still conducive to pray for faith.
Right.
And I've done it many of times, and I've grown in the spirit. So it works. Prayer works. You know, but that's what we gotta do because there's gonna be some serious times. But we'll overcome it though.
It's like, but it's basically what happens between now and when you get on the chariots doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All that matters is getting on them chariots, man. That's when you know you've won.
Yeah, it's overcoming. The scripture says, "He that overcometh." You know, but if you allow this system to overcome you,
then you've already lost.
You lost, man. You punk. You're not worthy.
Yeah.
And that's the key thing is not to let the Lord reject you, man.
Right. And when you the brother forgot to pronounce his name, man, but he's little on the sick side, the brother. I believe his name is Barak Shabar, if I'm saying his name correctly. He did a sit down on the word fear not. And do you know when you actually type in fear not in the blue letter, it's mentioned 144 times.
Oh, wow.
Right at the dot. So what's the key thing here?
Okay.
Don't fear.
Sit down, type in fear not in blue letter. Fear not in the scriptures appears 144 times.
Yeah.
That's spiritual. That's spiritual. That's very spiritual.
Yeah, so that shows you right
Very
there.
spiritual.
And the brother Barak Abba, I believe that's his name. If I'm saying his name right, he went into that. He did a sit down on that. So that shows you that that's what we gotta be dealing with. We have to trust in the Lord. The only thing that we fear is Him.
I like that. You know, it's a fear not. You know, meaning we're not meant to fear nothing out here. Because remember, we created. So how can you fear something you create? It doesn't make sense. You created. That's like Yahweh being scared of Satan or something. Satan, don't do it to me, no.
Right. So he creates
Satan rebelled and tried to take the throne of God and all that, you know.
Yeah, they make movies on that, like when they create robots, then the robots turn on them.
Oh yeah, Terminator, Skynet.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
But that proves right there that there are no gods.
Age of
Because
Ultron,
if you created something, why would it destroy you? Like,
iRobot.
Right, you got to be in the mindset of I'm a son of God. Man. Nothing else in this world is over me. Why should I fear them?
And
You know? David knew that when he was on the battlefield. Man. You know?
another point to add to that, man, because all brothers will know that the Lord controls both sides, man.
Exactly.
He controls. What did Yahweh Shai say, man? The sparrow does not fall to the earth unless the Lord has commanded it.
Right.
You know, and we are more precious than the sparrows, man.
You know some good precepts.
I got precept.
I got precept.
Well, you gonna let him.
And one last thing, brother. I know you brothers got precept, and that's what we're supposed to be bringing out, precepts. But like you said, the Most High controls everything. So if it's your lot to get ahead of you, that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? And just deal with it, man.
The Lord's will be done. If the Lord wants you to die, then don't. Why are you fighting against?
Don't rebel
what
against
the Lord
that.
wants you to die.
Yeah.
So you have to say, fuck it, man. You know, I gotta go.
I've got a precept here that I want to bring out in Matthew 10 and 28, but before I do, I just want to touch on something you said. Basically, every day you're in this truth, you're supposed to be growing in the faith. But the more you grow in this truth, the more you die to this world.
Exactly.
So the reason why Yahweh Shai isn't coming back right now this minute is because Yahweh knows that everything has to be done decently and in order.
And
the elect have to be prepared to face the things that are to come.
Right.
And Yahweh knows how much time it takes for the elect to be sealed and prepared. So that's part of what we're waiting for. And also the scriptures say, set your mind aright. And when you really study fear is basically when you don't have your thoughts in order. Like you might fear something that's not logical to happen, but in your mind you're fearing it. And when you really break it down and say, hang on a minute, why am I afraid of this? Then you understand.
Right.
So basically the scriptures say, set your mind aright, and also let all things be done decently and in order. So if your mind is in order with this truth, you won't be afraid.
Right.
Because you will remember Matthew 10 and 28, which says,
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
Indeed, and it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both body and soul in hell.
Exactly.